海外女性にインタビューチャンネル。
Thank you for taking that interview. So where from?
London.
London, UK.
UK, yes.
Okay. So have you had any good experience in Japan so far?
I have, yeah. Every day's been something new. So I've been in Osaka for 2 days and then I got into Tokyo last night. Yeah, there's lots to do. People are very friendly. We're speaking, which is nice. Yeah, I feel very safe, comfortable to explore. And yeah, just interested to see what Japan has to offer.
So what do you think about that? Like walking around in Japan at night?
So I arrived into Tokyo at night yesterday, actually. Stumbled by accident in the Kabikucho area, so the entertainment district, and there's a lot going on there. I didn't feel unsafe, but there were definitely a lot more kind of like clubs and like that kind of thing where I wouldn't want to be out late too much by myself. But like I said, I didn't feel unsafe. I think it would just be smart to not be out by myself so much. But I'll see with tonight. But during the day, yeah, completely fine. Yeah, I feel like everyone's kind of in their own world. Yeah, I've not been like bothered at all. I think I stand out probably quite a lot, and people are just getting on with what they're doing, so that's nice.
Okay, I'm very happy to hear that. So among Asian country, why did you decide to come to Japan?
So mostly for the expo in Osaka, but I wanted to come to Japan anyway, like kind of mostly films. I also really enjoy nature. So the Japanese gardens. I've just come from the Shinjuku National Garden. It's my first time in Asia, and it just made sense for Japan to be the first place.
But in the first place, what made you to come to Japan?
I don't know, just so many things. Yeah, I think Japan has had a huge influence just, in the West, like so many people in London are obsessed with manga, with anime. I feel like it's become maybe like a bit of a new obsession in a way. I think, yeah, Japan has just touched so much. And even when I'm in London, I try and go to like Japan tea houses and that kind of thing. And, they're obviously not like the real thing. So coming here is just really being immersed in the culture, learning so much. And it's really nice to kind of be able to compare what we see in Japan in the West versus what it's actually like here as well. So yeah, it's just, I guess curiosity is my main reason. Like there's lots of different things, like I said, with film, the gardens, culture, but I'm also very open to just seeing what I discover here as well.
Have you noticed any differences about Japan before you came to Japan, since you came to Japan?
So this isn't a difference maybe, but I don't think I appreciated how polite people would be. I knew that the culture was like very respectful, but even just things like people wait for the green light to cross the road. And in London, people will just cross any time, but there's just really that sense of like slow pace. Like people aren't really rushing around. What else would I say? Osaka, people are really, really friendly. In Tokyo, actually, people in Osaka were saying that Tokyo people tend to be a bit more tense. I've not found that so much. I've had a couple of nice conversations with people. What's really lived up to expectations is the train system. So I took the bullet train last night. That was incredible. Like, I mean, the similar journey in London would take literally like 8 hours. So to be in Tokyo in like 3.5 hours or something from Osaka is incredible. So yeah, I like the blending of the old with the new. Like your taxis here are really, like some of them are really nice, but you've got loads of vintage cars as well. That's a bit of a random. But yeah, just there's lots that I'm taking in. Yeah. Oops.
Oh,
sorry.
No worries. How is Japan different from your country?
Wow, very different. I think, yeah, I would say respect is probably a big thing. That's why, when I mentioned the people waiting at the lights in London, especially, like people rush around a lot, even queuing for the train. I don't know if have you been to London?
I've been to London for a trip.
For a trip, okay.
Yeah.
Did you use the tube and the underground?
No, like I've been using the London bus.
The bus, okay, yeah.
Yes.
The bus is cool. I like being out in the open, but the tube, it can be, especially at rush hour, hundreds and hundreds of people on the platform. Everyone is going into the train. Here, people like queue so nicely, and there's just a sense of peace. It's just, you don't need to be kind of fighting for everything, which is nice. What else would I say? I would say it's, at least from what I've seen so far, less multicultural. So in London, you really have like it's a melting pot of cultures, so people from all parts of the world. I would say from what I've seen so far, Japan has a bit less of that. So yeah, I think maybe that's one of the biggest differences.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I really want to ask you. I told you I went to London.
Mm.
I found it out. There was a very young homeless people, like even a woman.
Mm.
I want you to share your opinion in London.
Yeah, homelessness is a really big issue. Housing in general is a really big problem. So if you're somebody that, you know, maybe there's you, your partner, you're earning a decent salary between you, but it's impossible to buy a home because houses are so expensive. So at that level, there's kind of a crisis. At the level of social housing, the waiting lists are really long. So it means that people that are in need of homes that the government can support them with, that's not really as simple. So for example, I work with like families, and a lot of the families I work with, they struggle with housing. So it might be there's like 3 of them living in one room, for example, and they're just waiting, and it might be like 7 years until they get a home. And then you have homelessness, which is, you know, it's all part of the same problem, and it's really sad. You see the same people year after year just on the streets. I think recently my friends and I have been talking about the rise of kind of drugs as well among homeless people as well. You know, there's a lot of kind of mental health issues. So yeah, from a political perspective, as I said, it's a crisis, and year after, or government after government hasn't really tackled it. I'm not really sure what the homelessness strategy is, to be honest. They say they're just going to build more homes and make them more affordable, but they are still so expensive, which means that so many people end up leaving London as well, and then they end up pushing the house prices in elsewhere as well. Yeah, it's really tough. I mean, charities are doing a really good job, and in some places where there's kind of good community, people can support. But yeah, it's a really big issue. And actually, that is quite a big difference. I mean, I've seen like maybe 2 or 3 homeless people since I've been here, but if this was London, you would have seen like so many more by now.
Yeah. Also, is it hard to like get a job?
I think it depends maybe kind of what industry you're in. With my, like kind of in my area, so I work, like with families. I know that some jobs there's like 200 people going up for positions.
Okay.
And there's maybe like only a couple of positions available. So yeah, often if you're looking for a job, you're probably applying for lots at a time, probably hearing back no's a lot of the time, and then just waiting for somebody to say yes. So yeah, it's definitely got harder, and I really feel for the people that are just graduating university now. They might have an undergraduate degree, master's degree, they're really qualified, and then they can only get a job that kind of doesn't use any of their skills.
Okay, that's really hard, right?
Yeah.
Our situation. Thank you for sharing your opinion. So next question. So back to the Japanese question. What made you to surprise in Japan most?
I don't know if it's a surprise, but I wasn't expecting people to not be nice. But I really wasn't expecting something like this, for example. And like I said, in Osaka, I spent a bit more time there, and just people are so warm and friendly. Yeah, I guess coming here, I was a little bit like, oh, you know, how is it going to be? It's my first time in Asia, first time in Japan. And it's just been a really like lovely welcome. Yeah, I feel like I'm still just kind of finding my feet here, but to have met people and have interesting conversations has really, been a highlight of the trip. Everything else is really cool, but I think your appreciation of a place just increases when you meet people and really talk with them. So yeah, I think that's been biggest surprise, a highlight as well.
Okay. So last few questions. What do you do for a living, by the way?
What do I do? So I work with children, young people, and families. I've been working with young people for a really long time. This job since November last year. And the focus now is, I don't know how it is here actually, probably not, but there's a bit of a crisis in attendance at school for young people, especially after the pandemic. A lot of them are really struggling to kind of get back into school, experiencing mental health difficulties, sometimes parental mental health issues as well. So I support the young person and then the whole family as well, to just support them with getting back into school through improving their mental health as well.
Wow, that's very rewarding job, right?
It is, yeah. It is. I really love the young people I work with. It's tough, but they make sessions fun, and I learn from them. And I think young people, children are amazing. I don't think, at least in the UK, the West, that they get enough respect, kind of stake in society. I feel like a lot of problems that we experience, if you asked a child to kind of solve them, they would think it was quite straightforward of like what you should do, you know. I think their hearts are more often in the right place, you know. Yeah, for me, I think it helps me to feel hopeful as well. So they give a lot back to me as well.
Yes, you can learn a lot of things also from them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but in the first place, why made you to do that job?
I think from being quite young myself, I always enjoyed helping like younger students as well. I've done a lot of different things, but one thread that has run through that is working with young people. And I like helping people as well. So I think for me, combining the two just makes a lot of sense. And then, yeah, outside of that, just I was taking a lot of pictures in the park. I've brought my film camera, which, yeah, it's become a new hobby. I write as well. That's my day job. And then outside, I do some creative things as well.
How would you rate Japan 1 over 10?
1 out of 10. Oh gosh. I'm gonna say a solid 8, 8.5. But that is only because I know that there's more to experience. So I don't want to give it a 10 because I'm like, I feel I'll rate it properly at the end of the trip. But so far, really, really good. And I think more than anything, the fact that I know I already want to come back means that like I really like it. So yeah, but in terms of the trip overall, yeah, I have to wait till I finish to give it a proper rating. But really, really good so far.
Okay, thank you for interview.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.